I'm currently working on a polystyrene drawing project that'll be a present for my mom's mom. What I'm doing is working on drawing a sort of holiday wreath, a Christmas wreath. I recall around somewhere between 6 and 7 p.m. I spent about 10 or so minutes looking in the basement to try to find essentially a polystyrene wreath / ring. So that I could make another Christmas wreath for Grandma, but I wasn't able to find a polystyrene ring / wreath. This was when this was after I looked in my sister's former room at the polystyrene that's currently stored in there. To try to find a piece, a rectangular polystyrene piece, something small. Earlier in the day, I think, sometime in the afternoon, Mom gave me the idea of drawing a poinsettia. Since that kind of flower is used in Christmas decorations. But then at the time, I didn't really feel like I would have enough time. I couldn't really find any rectangular pieces of polystyrene that were small enough for my liking. For me to feel confident that I could finish the drawing in time. Plus, then what would I put on the back? And most likely some sunflowers. Some kind of landscape drawing. With sunflowers. Would be the most likely idea. this idea of making a polystyrene drawing as a gift for Grandma came rather spontaneously. So it took a while for me to get a definite idea of what I wanted to do. Around 1:15 p.m., Mom got back from mailing some Christmas cards to family members at the post office. And then going tanning. And on the way back home, she made a stop at our local Wendy's that's pretty much right next to us. And used 2 of her Boo coupons to get essentially 2 kitty peppermint Frosties. And she also got some chili from Wendy's. And that was essentially my lunch. Other than that, throughout the day, I've generally had some honey butter kettle popcorn that I believe Mom got during an earlier trip to Wegmans that I found in our pantry closet. And some of the candy that's in the leftover party favors from that early December party that Mom hosted. But I also had some whole milk and water throughout the day. After Mom got done with the cards, she started baking. First, she made an apple pie as per my request. I definitely won't let go to waste. Then a pecan pie. She was going to make that one by default. And then chocolate chip cookies. I was a taste tester for the first batch. I ended up having 3 of them with a glass of milk around 5:30 p.m. And then she made some banana bread. Here's the chocolate chip cookies. And here's the banana bread. Some of it, at least, it's in aluminum foil. And then lastly, from what I could recall, she made some deviled eggs. All that took a majority of the day. And my current plan for this polystyrene drawing project that's going to be a gift to Grandma is essentially going to be a Christmas wreath translated onto a polystyrene ball about the size of a baseball, with essentially where the hole would be, instead a sunflower, since I know Grandma likes sunflowers, and then some top view roses. That will be purple and pink, since I know Mom told me that she likes those colors. I'll do the same thing with the quote-unquote berries of the wreath. And there'll also be pine cones in the wreath ball. Essentially, the ball will be made to look as much as possible like a Christmas wreath. And when I had those cookies and milk, I dipped each cookie multiple times in the milk. Only at the time I had a plastic cup for a glass. Essentially, for each cookie, I dipped the part I would bite into in the milk. Then after the bite, I would dip again. Dip, bite, dip, bite. That sort of routine for each of the 3 cookies. Generally, from the time I got up, which I believe was sometime between, I recall it was around 10:30 in the morning. I recalled that one particular that stuck out just now because I remembered 10 a.m. is when the day resets for Queen's Blade Limit Break. That's how it is for me in my area. Although technically the day's supposed to reset around midnight. Generally throughout the day, I recall being preoccupied with tasks from Queen's Blade Limit Break, Elvenar, and to some extent, Incremental Epic Hero 2. And generally, I didn't do much until I think around 5 p.m. was when I decided to seriously start thinking about this polystyrene drawing gift for Grandma, and I believe it was around 7 to 8 p.m. that I started focusing intently on working on it, adding in all the things to essentially make it a personalized Christmas wreath, the shape of a ball with all the things I could think of that I knew Grandma would like, either because I observed it myself or because Mom told me. I observed the sunflowers, and Mom told me about the color pink and purple being Grandma's favorites. I used time boosters to produce those toolboxes because producing 2 toolboxes was part of an earlier task set that I completed today, thanks to using those time boosters.